Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're back with another weekly recap, and most likely this will be the last one of the year because there's not going to be any more content updates and very minimal changes to the game. So today I'm going to be recapping mainly some interesting things that happened in the community over the last couple of weeks, although there are a few minor updates and blog posts that I want to cover as well. So I want to say thank you guys for tuning in for the weekly recap now for one full straight year of anything that I've done this year. I'm pretty proud that these are still going. I really do hope you guys enjoy them, find them useful, and I will continue to make them all the way through 2020. Again, thanks a lot guys, and let's get started. Now, like I said, there wasn't any content updates. However, there was a blog post regarding the Twisted League rewards. Now, there's been a bit of an issue regarding the rewards, and that is to do with the untradeable league to league rewards. The problem being that if they're untradeable and only obtainable during that Twisted League, if someone doesn't play in the Twisted League, that item is now unobtainable or discontinued, and discontinued items never passed a poll and were never intended to be implemented. Now, first up here, there's a bit of confusion regarding the points, how you spend them, and how you earn them. Now, the first interesting thing here is the reward shop will be active before the end of the Twisted League, so people can look through it. However, they will not be able to purchase anything. Twisted League is going to end on January 16th. After that, you will be able to purchase Twisted League rewards through the shop with points. Now, any points earned from Twisted League will be used to purchase current and potentially future rewards. So if you don't spend any of your points, they will not be wasted. You'll be able to spend them on the new rewards from future Twisted Leagues. Now, some people were confused with the relic system. Your total amount of points that you've earned throughout the history of your account is how many points you'll be able to spend on the rewards. You're not spending points at all, they're just more milestones throughout the game. You will have the ability to purchase multiple of the same rewards, assuming that you have enough points to purchase them. So for example, if you have 20,000 Twisted League points, you could buy the Slayer Helm recolor twice if you wanted to. Now, like I was saying, there is a problem with the untradeable rewards. The league trophies are untradeable rewards that players will receive based on rank. The first issue that we face is whether or not the trophies should become discontinued when a league ends. In other words, should each trophy be unique to the league it comes from and be unobtainable thereafter? There's also the issue of what would happen should leagues be discontinued in the future and cancelled altogether. Now, the first option here is to keep them unique. They say an item showing where you placed in a league should be prestigious. Making the rewards obtainable in future leagues kind of devalues it, as not all leagues will be the same. Some may be easier to get points, some may be harder. Also, having the exact same trophy from each league kind of devalues their worth. It doesn't really show you from which Twisted League that you excelled in. The other option is to keep them available. Discontinued items from holiday events did pass a poll in 2013, 2016, and 2018. That alone suggests the community doesn't really want them. And they also mentioned that Twisted League is already underway. Now, one big difference for myself is that the league trophies are untradeable, which means there's not ever going to be a monetary value behind it. And I think that is the main concern that people had from discontinued items like party hats. Most people didn't want to see hyper rare discontinued items that were going for billions of GP. So they've proposed 4 different solutions, which I'm assuming we'll get to vote on eventually, or at least give feedback on. One is to keep the trophies the same throughout every league, and to make them available elsewhere in the future if leagues were to stop. Option 2 is to keep the trophies the same throughout every league and make them unavailable in the future if leagues were to stop. Option 3 is to have unique trophies for every league that cannot be obtained if leagues were to stop. And option 4, have unique trophies for every league, with each one obtainable elsewhere if leagues were to stop. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about it. Now, this week on the RuneScape Reddit, there was a really interesting tool that somebody posted that is a clue scroll simulator. It's on a website called oldschool.gg, and through a community effort, it now actually can simulate any clue scroll that you're opening. It can do beginners, yeah, it seems about right, easies, mediums, hard, elites, and even master clue scrolls. Now, just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and open up 1,000 medium caskets and see how many pairs of ranger boots I get, so we can see how accurate this really is. Our very first pair of rangers at clue scroll number 176, so we're doing pretty well so far. Pair number 2 at clue scroll count 221. I was clicking way too quickly, but I got my third pair of boots at 477. Okay, I missed it again, but our fourth pair was at 672. And there we go, we finally caught it. Another pair at clue scroll number 795. 991, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there we go. We simulated 1,000 clue scrolls and ended up with 5 pairs of ranger boots. Considering the drop rate, I should have gotten maybe between 3 and 4, but I got 5, so I got a little lucky. So definitely a fun tool to play around with. Go check it out. This is not sponsored in any way. I just think they did a good job. Now there is a minor sneak peek at some of the new content that Mod Gi has posted on her Twitter. And that is Shura, a member of the semi-aquatic native species of Ashihama, which looks a bit like a mermaid, kind of the female equivalent of Poseidon, potentially. Either way, I do like the design. I guess I didn't read the lore, but I'm not sure why mermaids are involved, but really, who cares? And over the last 2 weeks, there have been a ton of very impressive achievements. We'll get the obvious ones out of the way. We have Exact setting the Fire Cape record at 14 combat, and then literally hours later, Randy coming back with a 9 combat Fire Cape, which is insanely impressive. And on top of that, there was an Inferno run done by a player called Pink Clay that was done sub 50 combat. Just some really crazy achievements. And that is not it. The very first person to max in Twisted League also happened around 10 days ago. A player by the name of Hypermark achieved 2277 total level in Twisted League in about a month. That's crazy. And last but not least, we have Ultimate Ironman Verf, who managed to max his Ultimate Ironman account. There are so few people who have actually maxed that account type. Such an impressive achievement. Good job. And that is it for community news this week. Now to finish things up here, I'm going to be going over the Q&A. Now, keeping in mind this one was from a week ago, and I don't believe there's going to be any more Q&As or updates until the new year. Okay, so they first touch on the Siren's Tome, which I have mentioned in a few videos now. It did pass a poll, but they're not going to be implementing it into the game, partly because of balance issues, partly because of how it affected older items, and another pretty big reason is that all of the unique rewards passed, and it seems like they didn't actually expect that to happen. Now, one of the questions is, with all of the rewards for Nightmare passing, there will be 9 uniques on one boss, which is on par with a raiding. Would the team consider holding some rewards for future releases with future content? In hindsight, we should have polled differently. We polled assuming that 1 or 2 would fail, but that is in our mind. Just this year is dead content at the moment. Will the Nightmare boss have a tank mechanic? They said wait and see. We've had some players come and playtest it, so it's going pretty well. Are there any plans to fix the mechanics that some PvPers use to drop untradeable items before dying to deny the kill? Yes, there is code that exists to put a delay on dropping those things, like the emblem. When can we expect to get more information about the Mauritania update? We only just polled the boss rewards, and blog posts take a while, so we're unlikely to see any more information this side of Christmas. When will the new boss be released? I'm hyped. Early next year, we can't say exactly for sure. It'll be the first big update of the year, but not the first update of the year. Mod Tide has been working on a lot of the content for poll number 69, the charter ship update, and the Nexus expansion. Mod Ash has been working on the new bank quality of life changes, and that's off for testing already. Mod Oasis was working on the Christmas event, but now is going to be working on the Spice Rack update for the POH. So all of these quality of life changes are being worked on right now, and we should see them very early next year. Could you make it so that Ironman can buy bonds before Group Ironman is released? They said that would be a really nice touch, and they'll look to pull that before Group Ironman. How are changes to the Maiden coming from poll 69? Oasis has been working on that, but had to take a break for the Christmas event. They should be on the 9th or 16th of January. Challenge mode for the Chambers of Zarek takes up to an hour to complete and is one of the more challenging things. Would you consider removing the 50k book reward and buffing a loot table? Challenge mode is more about the pet rather than the loot for me, but we could look at where the books come from if we want. Could you pull the Bone Crusher to work with additional bone drops? Yes, we can. Mod Maz wrote an easily expandable bit of code for that. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today's update video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I would appreciate it if you left the video a like, and I will see you next time.